last part of question number 9, that we have to differentiate between syngamy and triple fusion. Now you are all familiar with the reproductive cycle or sexual cycle of angiospermic plants. Angiospermic plants are the most advanced plants in kingdom Plantae. We know that, and in angiosperm the speciality feature or the special feature is the presence of flower. The flower is actually reproductive structure in angiospermic plants, inside which the male and female reproductive structures are present. That flower, which contains both the type of reproductive structures, are known as bisexual flower. And in flower, where the only one, either it may be male reproductive structure or female reproductive structure is present, then the flower is said to be unisexual. Now, after the formation of gametes in their particular reproductive organs, we know that in a sexual reproduction we need two types of gametes, that is male gamete and female gamete. So male gamete is going to be formed in male reproductive structure, and in case of angiospermic plants, the male reproductive structure is stamen, constituting of anther and filament. The male gametes or male gametophyte pollen grain is going to be formed inside the microsporangia present in anther. And in case of female gamete, that is egg cell, that egg cell or female gamete is going to be formed in carpel or pistil. Where in carpel or pistil? Inside the ovary section, or inside ovary where the ovule is present. All of these things or gametic formation happens inside the ovule. After the formation of these different types of gametes, the gametes have to fuse with each other to form a diploid structure known as zygote. This is the basic rule of sexual reproduction. Now we know that after the formation of two different types of gamete, there is fusion comes. Fusion of male gamete and female gamete. So the process of fusion of male gamete and female gamete is known as fertilization, and in case of plants, in case of this thing, we call the fertilization as syngamy. So I am writing here that syngamy is actually the process of fusion of male and female gamete, which result into the formation of, we know that, which result into the formation of a diploid structure known as zygote. Formation of zygote, which is a diploid structure through which the whole organism is going to arise. This process of fusion of two different types of gamete is known as syngamy in case of angiospermic plants. Now let's come towards the triple fusion. Triple fusion. Now we know that in angiospermic plants, the ovule containing megaspore mother cells will give rise to megaspore tetrad. In those 4 cells, 3 of them gets degenerate, 1 remains functional. The remaining functional megaspore is going to give rise to embryo sac, inside which we find 7-celled 8-nucleated structure or stage. Then what happens in embryo sac? Embryo sac is containing 3 antipodal cells and egg apparatus. In egg apparatus there is presence of 3 cells. One middle cell is known as egg cell and the side 2 cells are known as synergids. The central cell have 2 polar nuclei which fuses with each other to form secondary nucleus. Now after the formation of gametes in their respective reproductive organs, the formation of male gamete and female gamete in their respective organs, they have to fuse with them. They have to fuse with them. So, for the fusion of gametes, the pollen grain, which is a male gametophyte, is being shedded on the stigma of a carpel. Now, the pollen tube is going to be formed. The pollen tube will enter into the embryo sac through synergids, where the male gametes, the two male gametes are going to be transferred into it. Now, among the two male gametes, one is going to be fused with the egg cell, and the process of fusion of one male gamete and egg cell is termed as syngamy, which is going to give rise to a diploid structure known as zygote. The remaining male gamete is going to fuse with the secondary nucleus present in the embryo sac. We know that we have an embryo sac like this, inside which the three antipodal cells are present. Here we have egg apparatus. Here the zygote is being formed. Now, the zygote is being formed after the syngamy process. Here is the secondary nucleus. Secondary nucleus have two aneuploidy because two nuclei were present initially in the embryo sac central cell, which fused together to form secondary nucleus. The other male gamete is present over here. The other male gamete will go into the secondary nucleus and fuses with it, forming a triploid structure known as primary endosperm nucleus, and this primary endosperm nucleus is triploid in nature. So what is triple fusion? Triple fusion is this. Now, if we want to write the definition of triple fusion, then one male gamete when fuses with the secondary nucleus, present in the central cell of embryo sac, then this type of fusion is known as triple fusion, and as a result we will get PEN. The result, triple fusion will result into the formation of a PEN, which is triploid in nature. That means primary endosperm nucleus. So this is the complete solution of question number 9, and we have completed all the parts of this question number 9.